Mr. P's Science and Math Podcasts. For more science and math concepts, search me out on iTunes by typing Papapodcasts. You can contact me at mrplieberman@gmail.com. Thank you for watching.
Equal to x squared, y is equal to x squared plus 3, and y is equal to x squared minus 3. Here is what you should have gotten. Okay, and keep in mind now, y is equal to x squared plus 3 represents this parabola here. Okay, here in blue, y is equal to x squared. That is our main parabola. And then lastly, here at the bottom, y is equal to x squared minus 3 is represented by the following. So now what we're going to do is, let's extract the information. So here I'm going to write in red to represent this bottom parabola. Y is equal to x squared minus 3. It says identify the vertex. Where is the vertex? The vertex here is at 0, -3. The axis of symmetry is pretty much where where can we place our mirror along that we will pretty much be able to get a reflection of the parabola. Okay? And here is our axis of symmetry. Okay? And where is that axis of symmetry here for this parabola here? And that is at x is equal to 0. And again, remember that if we take the information from our vertex, our axis of symmetry can be obtained from the x value of the vertex. Direction of the opening, obviously, is up. Why? Because, well, our a value is positive. What is the pattern? Now, because the value here of a is 1, the pattern is 1, 3, 5. And let's test this out. So let's go down here to the vertex, move to the right 1, up 1. To the right 1, up 3. To the right 1, up 5. Okay, so here is 1, 3, 5 pattern. Now, do we have a maximum and minimum value? Well, this parabola goes on forever. So we can never, the lowest point or highest point, which happens to be the lowest point that we can extract from this information, is down here. It's at y is equal to -3. Okay, and here we have a minimum value. And a minimum value because, well, if a parabola opens up, we will always have a minimum value. And now notice here, this minimum value, okay, this maximum minimum value can be extracted by taking the y value of our vertex. And finally, our range, well, if -3 is the lowest number, let's think about what numbers can be included. The value for y can be anything up this way. It cannot be anything below that. So in terms of the range for this parabola is y can be any number that is greater than -3, and equal to -3. Okay? So now look at this value here in terms of the vertex. This vertex is a -3 value. Look at this k value. Okay? So the vertex, whenever we have our parabola in the form of y is equal to ax squared plus k, this k value represents the y value of the parabola. This here represents our value for x being 0. And now let's look at the next parabola, which we're going to be using in black here to represent the other one. So what do we have here? The vertex. The vertex is here at 0, 3. So the vertex here is 0, 3. And just like we said here, whatever our k value was, okay, is going to represent the y value of our vertex. Now, axis of symmetry. Same axis of symmetry. Okay, it's whatever the x value was of the vertex. So x is equal to 0. The direction of the opening still up. Why? Because the value of A was positive. What is the pattern? Well, the value here for A is 1. Thus, 1, 3, 5 pattern for graphing. Do we have a maximum and minimum value? Well, the lowest point can be extracted from the graph, and that is what we call the minimum value. And where is it at? It's at y is equal to 3. So the minimum value is at y is equal to 3. And just like as we said, the maximum minimum value can be extracted by taking the y value of the vertex. And finally, the range looks at the value at 3 and every number of y that is greater than 3. It does not include anything below here, because look at where the graph is. Here is the graph. Okay, here's the graph. The value cannot be 2 or 1 or 0 or any of these numbers down here. So, in other words, the range is the y value can be any number that is greater than 3 and equal to 3. Okay?